Hi everyone, welcome to Trauma Informed Yoga with Dr. Valerie. I'm Dr. Valerie, and today we're going to go over the posture of constructive rest. Constructive rest is a great posture for those hips because it really helps that psoas, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in this video. But with that being said, let's jump into this posture. All right, everyone. Today we're going to go over the posture constructive rest. I really love this posture. This posture brings a lot of benefits, especially if you're storing emotions in your hips. So a lot of times I will hear people say, "Oh, I store a lot of emotions in my hips." And what's actually going on is you're storing emotions in your hips because your psoas is tense. So your psoas is a muscle that connects your upper body to your lower body. And that psoas can sometimes stay tense when you've experienced trauma. So it's connected to your fight or flight. So a lot of times that psoas stays tense if you're in that fight or flight mode. And we feel it and we say, "Oh, I feel my hips," and really we're feeling that psoas tense. So constructive rest actually allows that psoas to rest. Constructive rest allows that psoas to let go. So in this position, which you'll feel in just a moment, we're in a way that the psoas can shorten in a safe and supportive way without effort. So we can actually let it rest. A lot of times in a lot of postures, that psoas is being extended or tense. And in this posture, it is actually in a position that it can rest. So we love that. Another great thing about constructive rest is it helps our nervous system shift out of fight or flight mode. It helps us be very grounded. It brings safety and control to our body. It also helps us gently release tension because we're on the ground on our backs, so our muscles don't have to work, so it's very releasing. So with that being said, let's get into constructive rest and stay in there for just a little bit. So constructive rest is on your back. So if you have a mat or a blanket or a towel or whatever's most comfortable for you to get on your back, please go ahead and get that and join me on your back. So we'll come on down to our backs. We'll have the soles of our feet on the ground, knees bent. And we'll bring the soles of our feet a little wider than hips distance apart. And then we'll let our knees rest on each other. So bringing your knees in together. So your knees should almost make like an A-frame. So the ankles should be out, knees should be touching in. And then we just breathe. And your hands can be wherever. So if you want them to be at the side or on your body or anywhere you want them to be. As Georgia joins us for this practice. And just coming into constructive rest. Breathing here, breathing in and breathing out. Noticing your breath as you're in constructive rest. Breathing in and breathing out. Seeing if you can let your body relax just any little bit. Noticing your breath. Tuning in with those hips for just a moment. Noticing if there is any tension there. Seeing if you can let go any little bit. Breathing in and out. And this is constructive rest. And you can stay in constructive rest, breathing as long as you would like. If you're with me, I'm going to bring you out of constructive rest. We'll just take our knees and bring them back up to the ceiling. And then ever so gently rolling over to one side and pushing yourself back up to a seat. All right, everyone. That was constructive rest. And you can use that posture whenever you would like to maybe bring rest to your hips and regulate your own nervous system. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you next time.